Today on Sports Desk, the Rocket lands in Toronto and immediately woos news media from across North America. A key game for Team Canada at the World Hockey Championship against Finland. And Nick Leva, as he expected on the weekend, fired today by the Philadelphia Phillies.
Sports Desk is brought to you by MotoMaster, Canada's #1 selling replacement parts.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Michael Landsberg. Also ahead, the Argonauts with the Rocket. Too good for the league? The Habs try to solve too good Andy Moog. And flashback with one of the best ever, Stan Mikita. But up front today, the Rocket. That's all you have to say these days, just the Rocket, and everyone seems to know exactly who you mean. Raghib Ismail was introduced to the country today in Toronto. We'd heard that he was one of the classiest young men around, that he was warm and unaffected by the money and publicity. Well, we heard exactly right. If Ismail delivers on the field the way he did off today, the Argos and the CFL just might get their money's worth, or close to it. Up front today, the Rocket has landed. Chris Sedens reports.
The $18 million Rocket has finally landed in Toronto. 2 days after the biggest signing in CFL history, Raghib the Rocket Ismail faced the Toronto media.
My gut feeling was like you couldn't pass it up, and people were saying, well, you know, all this money, blah, blah, you know. It was like, as far as money was concerned, either way I wouldn't have turned out bad. That wasn't, and I tried to let people know that there were going to be other things that were going to go along with it.
With such a discrepancy in salary between the Rocket and all the other players, both on the Argos and in the Canadian Football League, you'd expect there might be some animosity. But in talking with two of the biggest stars in the Canadian Football League, it appears it's no problem.
Oh, no, because, I mean, the money that he's getting to do his job is money that he's earned. You know, in the sporting arena, he's the equivalent of a Harvard Law graduate. You know, you don't come out as a Harvard Law graduate and get the same thing as everybody else does. He's proven himself.
We're professional athletes, and you try to get the best deals you possibly can during the off-season. That's your personal situation. And once you step in the locker room during training camp, on that football field, once the season starts, it's a team effort.
The Argos already have the CFL's premier kick returner in Mike Pinball Clemens. Now they add the top return man in U.S. college football. Clemens says instead of the Rocket stealing some of his thunder, he can only help.
I'm going to be fresher as well because he's going to help me with those return duties, you know, and so hopefully some of those 4, 5, 10-yard carries turn into 20 or 30-yard carries this year. Nothing but excitement with him around.
The willingness on their behalf to make me feel at home just, in my mind, made me want to be a part of it that much more. And when I got here, just to make me work that much harder to, you know, just to show them that, you know, I'm not going to let you down.
Chris Sedens, TSN, Toronto.